CBS News Miami.
Happy Wednesday, and thanks so much for joining us, and welcome to the CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. I'm Chelsea Jones. Off the top right now at 4, we want to begin with breaking news. We're learning that Las Vegas Metro police officers responded to reports of an active shooter at a building on the University of Las Vegas campus in Nevada. You're looking at live pictures now from that school. Las Vegas police do confirm there are multiple victims and the suspect is dead. This investigation is ongoing. We're going to continue tracking it for you and bring you the latest at 5 on CBS News Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Taking a live look outside, it was a beautiful day. Pretty crisp, a little fall-like if you ask me, but how long will this cool snap last? Next weather meteorologist Cindy Presser joining us with those answers. Cindy, honestly, I feel like it's fall. You need like a warm blanket.
Yep,
so what's going
chocolate,
on? Exactly,
yeah.
all the things.
Sure, we finally get a little taste of that because it's so rare here in South Florida. But yes, it feels like it, doesn't it? 68 degrees at this hour. Winds today have been gusty out of the northwest, over 20 miles per hour. Those winds will calm down a bit tonight, but the clouds are sticking around, and that's going to allow temperatures really to not drop as much as they would if we had a clear sky. But we're expecting the coldest temperatures of the season so far to settle into this area by tomorrow morning. Gradually, we're going to see a warm up into the weekend, and then we are tracking a strong cold front coming in. That's going to bring us a chance for showers and maybe even some thunderstorms, but not until Sunday. It'll be a quick one as well. Here's that second batch of cool air that wants to move through. No moisture to work with, so we don't have any rain with this. This will continue to slide through. Upper level flow is from west to east. Those clouds continue to stream in, but this is the ridge of high pressure that's going to push that cold air southward, reaching all the way down to South Florida. And temperatures tomorrow morning, oh my goodness, look at this, mid-50s for Weston, 54 degrees. Davie, Sunrise, Tamarack, 53 in Coral Springs. Fort Lauderdale should drop to the mid-50s. We will still have some clouds out there. 57 in Miami, 57 in Palmetto Bay. Country Walk down to 53 degrees. And yes, this is very chilly stuff, so you'll be needing a jacket tomorrow morning, but a chance to wear those Christmas sweaters. Winds will die down tonight, and then it'll pick up a little bit tomorrow again during the afternoon, but we'll get to see a little bit of sunshine. Because of these breezy conditions, we have a small craft advisory in effect until 7 p.m. on Thursday along the Atlantic waters all the way around to the Keys as well. You could get some gusts up to 35 knots, seas up to 10 feet. Also, we have a rip current risk that's going to be high, and that'll run until Friday evening. So any beach plans, even though it's kind of chilly, that's something to keep in mind. Chilly start tomorrow, high pressure forcing all that cool air down here. Temperatures will start warming up, and as we head into the weekend, we're going to watch that chance for showers and thunderstorms as well. So that's something to watch for. That will arrive by Sunday.
The message is bundle up. Cindy, thank you. Tomorrow, in-person sports betting does begin at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray explains what that will mean come tomorrow.
Despite legal challenges, courts have upheld the compact with the Seminole Tribe of Florida. That means on Thursday that Vegas-style casino gambling arrives here in Hollywood. We have a sneak preview. You will be able to go to the craps table and also spin the roulette wheel. And all around the property, you will find kiosks for sports betting. It's a brand new era of casino gambling in Florida. In Hollywood, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
Shots fired in a northwest Miami-Dade neighborhood as crooks try to get away with a pricey piece of car equipment. CBS News Miami's Jacqueline Quinn tells us what was taken and where the investigation stands.
This is video of what sounded like a gunshot this morning caught on surveillance camera. Miami-Dade police tell us thieves tried to make off with the catalytic converter, but they were confronted by a resident.
A victim here at this apartment complex overheard power tools somewhere in the parking lot.
That's what initially startled this resident inside of a home near Northwest 81st Avenue and Northwest 8th Street just before 5 this morning. According to police, that resident then went to check out what was happening. That's when he saw two people underneath his car
attempting to remove a catalytic converter.
He then came out of his home with a gun.
The victim explained that there was an exchange of gunfire, after which the subjects fled.
Video we captured of the scene earlier shows a power tool left underneath this Toyota SUV. Looks like the thieves were right in the middle of trying to cut off the catalytic converter when they were stopped.
Are they crooks? They don't want to work. That's what it is.
Residents around the area didn't hold back about how they felt about this crime.
And how do you feel now that shots were fired? Someone could have got killed this morning.
They should have.
They should have shot the bad guys?
Yeah.
And we've learned that catalytic converter thefts nationwide have quadrupled in recent years. Coming up at 5, a veteran mechanic shows us what you can do to protect yourself. And CBS News Miami's Peter Dench also speaks to a victim in this case as well. Well, 2 people have now been arrested in connection with a jewelry store burglary in North Miami-Dade. You're looking at Ariel Hernandez. He is facing several charges, including grand theft. Michael Avila was also arrested. The burglary happened at 75th Avenue and Northwest 186th Street. The owner tells us he lost about $800,000 worth of jewelry and another $80,000 in cash. More news when you come back. CBS News Miami is right back after the break. Welcome back to the CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Now we want to turn to the Israel-Hamas war. The war between the conflicting countries shows no signs of winding down. Military leaders say they're locked in the most intense fighting of the war. The United Nations is calling the situation in southern Gaza apocalyptic. The U.S. has pledged an additional $21 million in humanitarian aid for the Palestinian territory, in part to help build a field hospital. In their hunt for Hamas, Israel Defense Forces say they've uncovered the largest stash of weapons so far near a school in northern Gaza. More than 130 hostages are still being held in Gaza, including 8 Americans. 2 months after he was ousted as House Speaker, Republican Kevin McCarthy just announced that he's resigning from his congressional seat in California at the end of the year. This will end a 16-year House career that saw him quickly rise through the ranks of Republican leadership, culminating with his stint as Speaker. His departure before the end of his term means California Governor Gavin Newsom will have to call a special election to replace him. In the presidential race, tonight's 4th Republican debate will feature 4 candidates, and the top GOP frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, will skip it again. Trump is focused on President Joe Biden, whose recent comments on why he's running is drawing attention. CBS News Miami's Robert Costa has more on the election drama.
In just 40 days, voting begins with the Iowa caucuses, and 2 increasingly competitive Trump alternatives might agree on one thing.
We need to stop with the culture of losing, and we need to create a culture of winning.
The only way we're going to win the majority of Americans is when we leave the negativity and the baggage behind.
Sources tell CBS News they expect former Ambassador Nikki Haley, who is rising in the polls and winning more support from donors, to try to outshine Florida Governor Ron DeSantis at tonight's 4th GOP primary debate in Alabama. But she and others still face daunting odds against Trump, who commands wide support in the party.
Let's do it in Iowa.
In a town hall in Davenport last night, Trump focused on President Biden, a sign he's put his Republican rivals in the rear view. And if elected, he pledged to wield sweeping executive power on day 1, which Biden officials warned were the words of a possible dictator.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day 1. We're closing the border, and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
President Biden, meanwhile, has returned to Washington from fundraisers in Boston, where he told donors he's not sure if he would be seeking a second term if his predecessor wasn't in the race.
Robert Costa, CBS News.
Tonight is the big night this Art Week, the VIP opening of Art Basel, and in Opelika, the opening of an event CBS News Miami is proud, to be a part of. It's called The Art of Transformation, and it showcases African art. CBS News Miami's Jim Barry shows us why this is so important to the community.
The Art of Transformation exhibit returns to Opelika this year with a new program called Africa Global. It's a diverse offering of contemporary artwork, sculpture, and workshops that spotlight African artists and exposes their art to South Florida.
We believe that art is transformative. It's transformative both in helping to bring people together. It's transformative in helping to bring understanding.
This year's programming features 6 exhibits along Opa-locka's Alibaba Avenue. It includes a sculpture pavilion, book installation, as well as works from presenting sponsor 10 North Group's extensive collection of African art.
We work directly with the artists. We think it's important that what is created from the diaspora also belongs in a community of the diaspora.
The Art of Transformation's return to Opa-locka shines a light on the city and its rich heritage, such as its Moorish-style city hall and other landmark buildings.
Opa-locka has the largest collection of Moorish architectural design buildings in the United States. Like the cities of Miami Springs, Coral Gables, and Miami Beach, were 4 cities that were designed on architectural themes that were designed in such a way that it would attract individuals to move to South Florida during the Flagler real estate boom.
Plans to revitalize the city are finally taking root. The long-awaited Tri-Rail extension to downtown Miami is expected to be a boon for Opa-locka's historic train station, and the first phase of a redevelopment project is getting underway. But the power of art to educate and inspire may deliver the biggest impact.
We've seen that all throughout the world. We've seen that here in Dade County, particularly if you look at Wynwood, you look at what was done on Ocean Drive, South Beach, with the preservation of the historical buildings. You can see the character of Coral Gables through its architecture, design, and historical preservation, and what it's meant to build community. And Opa-locka is no different than any of those cities that I just mentioned.
Well, you might be wondering where Najahe is, right? Well, she's going to be at the Art of Transformation opening tonight. You can look for her live reports on CBS News Miami starting at 5. And the power of CBS News Miami and the CBS News Miami stream are always at your fingertips. We're also on Pluto TV, all free for you. And all you have to do is find us on your favorite streaming device with the CBS News app, and then just click on CBS News Miami. That'll do it for the CBS News Miami's Quickcast. I'm Chelsea Jones. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS Miami.